Yo, what's up YouTube? It is your man DP. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be reacting to what if Mount Everest were an active volcano. They just dropped this video literally an hour ago, and I'm going to react to this because I'm curious about that. So hope you guys are too, and let's get right into the video. Alright.
We all know how dangerous climbing Mount Everest can be. Historically, over 300 people died attempting to reach the summit.
Whoa, 300 people.
In 2019 alone, it claimed the lives of 11 people. Yet, despite the risk, its sheer magnitude and beauty inspires around 800 climbers a year to flock to the mountain.
Bro, honestly, you would have to pay me like a big amount of money for me to climb Mount Everest, because that thing is ferocious. Like, they got people dying on this thing, bro. Come on. This is crazy.
But what if we stepped it up a notch and made Everest even more dangerous?
Like what?
Imagine this peaceful giant was an angry volcano waiting to
burst.
Yeah. How's that for an adrenaline rush?
That's terrifying,
What would
actually.
happen if Everest erupted? How would it affect the rest of the world? Could we prevent it and others like it?
Bro, she flew.
This is what if. And here's what would happen if Mount Everest was an active volcano. There are 1,500 active volcanoes around the world, and many of them found deep in the ocean.
Ooh.
Yet there are only 20 supervolcanoes on Earth. If Everest was
20's
one of
a
them
lot.
and happened to be sitting on a giant pool of magma ready to explode, we'd be in serious trouble. To put this into perspective, the largest eruption on record, Mount Tambora, happened in 1815 on the Indonesian island of Samboa.
Ooh.
At only half the size of Mount Everest, it was once a 4,000-meter tall stratovolcano.
Bro, that would be such a bad way to die.
109-meter deep caldera. This classifies it as a supervolcano, as it initially erupted over 1,000 cubic meters of material around 43,000 years ago.
Woo!
On the Volcanic Explosivity Index, the 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora earned the highest ranking ever recorded, with the VEI 7 classification.
Bro, that's truly incredible, though.
Catastrophic eruptions ranking at a VEI.
We got stuff like this on Earth.
Thousands and millions of
It's incredible.
ago.
It's not really a good thing.
Mount Tambora sent volcanic ash kilometers up into the sky, destroying crops and burying entire villages. It triggered earthquakes and possibly large tsunamis. The release of ash and aerosols in the stratosphere blocked the sun, causing nearby temperatures to drop. This made food and oxygen scarce, killing over 100,000 people. Yikes. So, if Everest happened to be a volcano ready to burst, what would
it would be
happen?
classified as supervolcano. Let's just put it that way.
Despite Everest being a whopping 8,849 meters tall, in the world of volcanoes and relationships, size doesn't always matter. It's what's inside that counts.
Yes, sir.
Deep below a volcano,
yes, ma'am.
beneath the Earth's mantle, is a magma chamber waiting to blow skyward. It's hard to say how big Everest's magma chamber might be, but it would have to be pretty large to send magma high enough to reach the surface. If you happened to summit Everest on this fateful day, you'd be vaporized in seconds. Giant chunks of burning rock, also known as
everybody's
bombs,
dying,
would be flung outward, crushing villages and smothering them with ash.
My goodness.
A flaming hot avalanche would decimate everything in its path. All 5 countries circling Everest, including Nepal, India, Pakistan, Bhutan, and the People's Republic of China, would be absolutely devastated. Many earthquakes would trigger along the Indo-Australian.
Oh yeah, the earthquakes, man. Earthquakes and tsunamis, bro. Like, that's gonna
bad news for everyone.
That's gonna ruin everything, man. I'm
But
telling you.
it gets worse. To add insult to injury, the release of ash into the stratosphere would block the sun, triggering a volcanic winter that could last for several years.
What?
This would destroy crops And the United Nations estimates Earth would run out of
Whoa.
food in just over 2 months. If there were any survivors, they would probably be deep in a bomb shelter somewhere, hoarding a lifetime supply of food and toilet paper.
Oh
There is
crap.
some light at the end of this tunnel, though. After about 100 years, all these
Put the
gases
toilet paper meme in
would
there.
actually start to warm the climate again. But that's a long wait for a volcanic summer.
Dude,
If anybody
that's
actually
so
survived
crazy.
this, climbing Everest would be a whole new experience and probably a lot easier to accomplish as a much smaller and hollowed out caldera. You could finally check that off your bucket list. But let's rewind. What if we knew Everest was going to explode?
Man.
What could we do? As it turns out, scientists at NASA
Yeah, could we
have
stop
an
it?
almost $4 billion solution. It would involve drilling a series of wells around the perimeter of the volcano to send ice-cold water down to the magma chamber.
Ooh.
This in turn would form a protective ring of cool rock to help prevent a cataclysmic burst. As the water heats up, NASA would extract it at the surface for electric power generation.
Oh
Talk
shoot.
about a win-win. Mind you,
Okay.
if they happen to drill in a sensitive area, there is a chance they could actually trigger an eruption, which would be the biggest facepalm in the history of humanity. Just to put you at ease, Everest is not a volcano and will never erupt. Sherpas and climbers
Dang.
will stay in business for a long time. Yet there are a number of supervolcanoes on Earth building pressure. These eruptions are extremely rare, as pressure building isn't always what triggers a volcanic event. Unlike earthquakes, volcanoes are much harder to predict. With that said, Yellowstone, America's supervolcano, is supposedly overdue. But that's a story for
Overdue?
another What If.
Boy, what? Alright, y'all, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's pretty, that was interesting, and that's pretty scary about the Yellowstone National Park volcano, bro. But, you know, stay safe out there. I'm gonna see you guys next time, and peace out.